Okay, Miss Ellison?
Yes.
You brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, I'm divorced from the person that didn't show up.
I see that.
Yes, and I'm here to ask the court for more spousal support. I've went part-time on my job. I'm no longer working full-time. I've lost money. And the man's done nothing but cause me trouble since we've been divorced. He does all kinds of crazy stuff.
Okay.
And I deserve more money with all this harassment. Plus, I want a restraining order against him. This has to stop. My nerves are on edge. Can't take much more of it. But I think $100 a week extra for spousal support would be fair with all the, the headaches he's given me and everything like that.
You think it'll be fair?
Yes, I've left him alone. I don't go around him. It's him doing the harassing.
Before we break down this explosive courtroom battle, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share it with someone who follows real legal drama. Every case we cover exposes the difference between emotion and the law. Today's story centers on a divorced woman walking into support court demanding more money from her wealthy ex-husband. She believes she deserves it. The judge isn't convinced. What starts as a request for an extra $100 a week quickly turns into a sharp lesson about financial settlements, legal limits, and accountability. Let's step inside the courtroom.
Okay. How long ago did you all get divorced?
It's been almost 2 years now.
Okay.
He just won't let go.
What is he doing to harass you?
Like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, drives around the house blowing his horn at all hours of the morning. He comes down to my work unannounced, goes right into where I'm working at and wants to argue with me in front of coworkers. I mean, I could be fired for that. I mean,
Have
it's totally
you ever
ridiculous.
tried to call the police on him?
Well, by the time they get there, he's gone.
Okay.
Yeah, they've never caught him actually doing anything.
Okay.
He knows not to get caught, but I need a restraining order. That's the only thing that's really going to, I think, keep him away from me.
Okay.
And he found
well,
out
I
about,
don't do restraining orders in this court. You can go to another court and definitely request a restraining order, and I believe that's something you can do at your local police department too.
Miss Ellison stands before the judge alone. Her ex-husband doesn't even appear. She opens with frustration, claims of harassment, stress, and sleepless nights. According to her, he circles her house at 3 or 4 a.m., honking his horn. She says he storms into her workplace to argue in front of coworkers. Police are called, but he leaves before they arrive. She wants 2 things: more spousal support and a restraining order. To her, the harassment justifies compensation, but the judge immediately separates emotional conflict from financial law.
Okay, well, thank you. I didn't know that.
Yes, ma'am. That is definitely that. Now, I can, if you qualify, obviously, for an increase in spousal maintenance, that is something that I can entertain. So let's talk about that. You said you believe $100, an extra $100 a week is fair.
Yes.
Why do you believe that's fair?
Well, like I said, my wages have went down. I'm only working part-time now. We're doing layoffs and things like that. So
You said your wages.
Yeah, my wages are going down, and his are going up because he still gets those 2 raises every year. He's been with that company forever. And he makes good money. I don't make half of what he's making. And it's been really tough. I raised his children. I entertained his friends.
The judge makes it clear, this court does not issue restraining orders. That must be handled elsewhere. Today's focus is strictly financial modification. Miss Ellison insists her reduced work hours have hurt her income. She now works part-time due to layoffs. Meanwhile, she claims her ex receives 2 raises every year as a CEO of an oil company. In her eyes, the imbalance is obvious. She raised his children, hosted his friends, maintained the home. She believes an extra $100 weekly is fair compensation for her sacrifices.
Kept the house clean. I did everything that a good wife does. I think I deserve that extra $100 a week, and he can certainly afford it.
What does he do for a living?
He's a CEO for an oil company.
Okay.
Yeah. Makes really good money, bonuses and all that stuff. I mean, he's just raking it in.
How much is your spousal maintenance right now?
The spousal maintenance, it's about $325 a week, maybe.
Okay.
He doesn't pay on time either. It's not always on time. So he is late on that. I think that should be a penalty right there. He shouldn't be late.
Okay. What type of expenses do you have?
Well, I have rent. I'm still making payments on the house.
The judge digs deeper into the numbers. Current spousal maintenance sits around $325 per week. She admits he sometimes pays late, but payments are still being made. Then come her expenses, mortgage payments, redecorating costs from before the divorce, utilities, gasoline, insurance, food, and even entertainment. She argues that living alone is expensive and she deserves stability, but the judge isn't swayed by lifestyle arguments. The court examines necessity, not comfort. Expenses must show substantial change since the divorce, not simply ongoing obligations.
Before we got divorced, we had it redecorated, carpet paneling on the outside, siding on the outside, all kinds of different things were added to it. And I'm making the payments on that still. I still got another 5 years for all those payments to be paid off. And then, I got food. My car's paid off, but, gasoline's expensive, the upkeep of the car, things like that, electric bills, water, everything like that. Not to mention entertainment. You can't expect me to sit around the house and watch TV all the time. I go out from time to time, that takes money.
Now, when you all were divorced 2 years ago, outside of spousal maintenance, were you awarded the home?
Yes, I was awarded the home. And he fought me on that, but I won it.
Okay.
Critical detail surfaces. She was awarded the marital home in the divorce. Only a few years remain on certain renovation payments. Her car is fully paid off. The judge questions what truly changed financially. Reduced hours alone do not automatically justify increased maintenance, especially if overall expenses remain similar. The courtroom tone shifts. What once sounded like hardship begins to look like dissatisfaction. The law demands proof of significant material, change, not frustration over an ex-spouse's growing income.
So you were awarded the home. You don't have a lot of payments left on it.
No.
So I guess I'm confused as to why you're here, because you haven't said anything that will warrant an increase in your maintenance.
Well, I went down on hours from work. That's a financial burden.
Well,
And-
so you went down on
Yeah, my
hours.
boss did. My boss did. I didn't do it. My boss made me take less hours.
Right, but nothing has really changed with a lot of your expenses. You said you don't have a car note. You have a little bit left on your home to pay off. Sounds like you're mainly paying utilities and then a mortgage.
Then comes the financial turning point. During the divorce, she received half of his 401k. In Texas, a community property state, that division was already factored into the original settlement. When asked for a number, she reveals it around $250,000. The judge explains firmly assets already divided cannot be reconsidered. To increase support now, you cannot double count the same money. Raises alone are not grounds for automatic modification. If that were the rule, courts would overflow with annual increase requests.
And the insurance for the car, the insurance is always expensive. Gasoline prices always going up.
Right, but you had those expenses at the time that you were divorced, correct?
Yes.
When you all were divorced, did he have a 401k in existence? And this is Texas, which is a community property state, so I'm assuming you at least got 50% of that.
Yes, I did, but
Yes,
I don't think
no,
that
ma'am.
should be taken into consideration.
No, ma'am. It was taken into consideration the first time you received spousal maintenance. You can't have me take it into consideration again. That's not fair, and it's definitely not the law.
His 2 raises every year. I don't get raises. My job's a very poor paying job. I'm uneducated. I'm not, my age, I'm not going to find much now. I have to stay where I'm at. I feel like I'm trapped.
Miss Ellison argues she feels trapped. She says she is uneducated, aging, and stuck in a low-paying job without raises. She compares her stagnant wages to his steady executive bonuses. But the judge draws a clear boundary. Spousal maintenance is not designed to guarantee equal lifestyles forever. It is meant to provide temporary or necessary support under specific legal conditions. Emotional comparison does not meet that threshold. The courtroom energy tightens as the reality of the decision becomes obvious.
In this life.
And Ms. Ellison, I feel like you came here to waste my time, because I cannot give you an increase in spousal maintenance just
$50
because
a
you're
week?
asking for it. No, ma'am.
25?
Even $5, the answer is no. So is there anything else that you needed from me here today? Because I cannot grant you spousal maintenance just because he's made an increase from his wages.
Well,
If that were the standard, then everyone would come in court asking for an increase.
people need increases.
Well,
women
and
living
you-
on their own, that's hard.
Let me ask you this question. When you all were divorced and you received half of his 401k, how much was that?
It was a nice piece,
Okay, what's a nice piece? Give me a number.
about 250,000.
Okay, well, you know what? If there's nothing further, your case is dismissed.
With direct finality, the judge dismisses the case. Not $5, not $25, not $100. The request is denied. The law stands firm over emotion. This case reminds us that divorce settlements are calculated carefully and cannot be adjusted simply because one side prospers. If you found this courtroom breakdown powerful, subscribe and turn on notifications for more real legal stories. Share your thoughts below. Was the judge right? For brand sponsorship inquiries, contact arhabshahid8@gmail.com. Until next time, where facts matter more than feelings.